was 2027. Advances in biotechnology were helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course,
Another Illuminati
they had
game.
enough money. A new breed of people was emerging, half human, half machine.
That's Rihanna.
And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it.
Detroit.
I just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif himself handpicked me for the job. Said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team. I tried to stop them, but their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't. High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy. Took me half a year to get a feel for her. Should have taken longer.
That's Full Metal
6
Yakuza.
months into my recovery,
They copied it.
Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time by a radical
I don't
group
think so,
of
they
pro-human purists.
Didn't they copy Robocop?
Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN
They
to
got a
limit
deep tune.
biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it, and when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The Aug killed himself.
The
before I could
black
question
Chinese
him.
man.
Sarif ordered me to dig deeper.
Oh!
So with the
That's
help of
unsuitable.
Frank Pritchard,
Doesn't matter.
Sarif set up cybersecurity. I did. Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the Aug's actions from somewhere off-site.
Yeah,
Pritchard
but how are you gonna
tracked his
complete the
signal
game,
to a
though?
secret female
If
internet
it's
camp
deep,
in
a
Detroit.
complete game if it's deep.
The Black Ops mercenaries were there.
Wow,
The same
Like
ones
Uncharted.
who'd left me for dead 6 months before.
Only the greatest
Maybe they're
games
trying
get
to
completed
get
by
me
pure.
Wasn't so easy for him this time.
You know?
I took out the tank.
Yeah, but I like to get
Even
the
got
most
me
out of
a
games, so
a penthouse apartment in China.
Yeah,
See, I've
this
been
game
playing
ain't good, I can't
GTA I've been
concentrate.
playing the GTA for about 4 years.
Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it.
He's in China, man.
Trying to find clues in Hengsha.
They build a second city on top of it.
I wasn't alone.
I wonder if they got his own
Maria
million.
Malik, Sarif Industries ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm under contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the reason I'd been expecting. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the Aug in Sarif's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the Triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a red capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black
Hey,
Ops
is this a
mercenaries
film or
to
game?
destabilize her
It's the next
competition.
level story.
The story is too deep,
Was at
man.
the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYU.
But this is from the last
and grab a
game.
surveillance hologram off a server.
Is it?
I suspected Van Bruggen was
There's
hiding
another
something
one.
when he told me this,
It was on PS3, yeah.
but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw.
It's got a big fan base.
Megan was dead.
This ain't just some new random game.
She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped.
It's
Where's
famous.
Watch Dogs
Spirited
2,
away
by the
somewhere, while their kidnappers made it look
This
like
fucking
they
looks
were
like
dead.
way?
Desperate to learn more,
Well, it's made by
I
the same
confronted Zhao
people.
in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global
That's
interests.
just great.
Then she slipped
Watch
into a
Dogs is
panic,
made by Ubisoft.
forcing me to make a
No, it's
very
made by
quick
Square.
exit.
Some more information for you.
I figured
No,
Square
I mean,
Enix
not-
made Sleeping
No,
Dogs.
yeah,
Part of her
sleeping
confession
dogs. That's what I was
makes
going on about.
When you're around me, you must come with facts.
about his people.
So I've got the
So
knowledge
worried.
of a dawn.
He'd require all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted.
Right.
GPUs
Don't ruin the
were
video. This is
broadcasting
going
the
on
day of the
PS4.
attack. Zhao said a single call to Picus, the world's
Man's going off PS4.
You're never getting the Uber Eats PS4 addiction crew.
Chilangos.
I needed to
Food
find
is being
Picus and
prepared.
Picus if I wanted to learn more.
Hopefully we get free views on this.
Eliza Cassan.
Yeah, I mean, you're a bit late
Picus
to the party,
Communications
really.
first
We waited for the
Malik
£10
thought I was
discount.
reaching, and I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad.
Well, that was pretty lucky, because that was the cheapest one
When
I saw for a
confronted
brand new.
Cassan in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands. I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up, looking to shut us both down. And just like that, the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared.
Oh no, that's
The Mercs were led by an augmented killer I crossed paths with twice before, Fedorova, a woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission.
Apparently
to a
they're
secret
gonna make a
server
game
underneath
called
the Picus
Trials.
complex, then jumped me from behind.
They got
A
cancelled.
deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down,
Yeah,
and
that
no
was-
one
I
left to
think
keep
that was on
Eliza
PC.
quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's first lady of news wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the Mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Sarif if I wanted to learn more. By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint.
There's fake
Riots
citizens
were
and
breaking
human
out in
citizens.
several cities. The UN was being urged to intervene.
Look at
Sarif
that.
was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor turned philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Sarif had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Sarif Industries to the top of the Fortune 500.
I don't remember the
According to
being
Sarif, Megan's
this
kidnappers
being
knew this,
this
and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching.
Illuminati.
Determined to do so, I
Yeah.
tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately,
shot
the
down the
Illuminati
power.
were one step ahead.
The Illuminati were one step ahead.
Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me.
Let's hope we don't jack the
After a
fucking-
tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha.
Hopefully he wasn't inspired by the
Track
program on
signal
Channel
I was
5
following
yesterday.
led straight to the Triads.
Might be a
specifically,
problem.
Is this?
To the
Have you
augmented
like
arm
pressed the
of
wrong
Tom
thing?
Seaham. Leader of a gang of
This
augmentation
game is far
harvesters.
too advanced.
Tom said they'd taken the arm of
This is like the
Horus,
longest
which Bell Tower
cutscene in
left
the
at their
world.
door.
This is all about this game. This is what happened in the last one.
Scientist was dead. Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a bell tower ship. He was sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea. Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect the highway,
What's the sound?
the human-computer interface.
Why turning it off, man?
Turn the sound up.
My search for Megan would
Look
have
at this
been
guy.
bad,
He's getting beaten.
if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch. 3 of Seraph's scientists were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health Organization, millions of people all over the world already had the biochip installed. With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. But their little ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Seraph had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Darrow's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time could give us the answers.
This is all about the Illuminati, bro. This game's on a different level.